Hey, welcome back, parents. I'm Jordan Langdon, and today we are diving into a topic that's particularly relevant at this time of year: how to make your goals stick. Now, how often do we think about goals we want to crush right at the beginning of a new year, but they never quite make their way from our minds to a piece of paper? It's quite common, actually. And this may mean that we want to do better, but we just don't understand the full benefits of actually putting pen to paper. And that's what I want to talk about in this episode. You know, in this digital age that we live in, our lives are often dominated by our smartphones, apps, and then various online tools. And many of us rely on digital notes and reminders and to do lists, which are scattered across many different platforms. But have you ever truly considered the power of putting pen to paper? I'm talking old school, good old pen, pencil, and paper. Well, let's dive in and explore the science behind handwriting and how it can positively impact your brain and, by extension, your parenting. Okay, so let's talk about what happens in the brain when we write by hand. When you engage in handwriting, you activate multiple regions of your brain, including those associated with memory, motor skills, and creativity. And the actual physical act of forming letters and words with a pen or pencil stimulates your neural pathways, creating more intricate and enduring memory trace compared to typing or dictating or voice texting. But you might be thinking, okay, Jordan, how does this relate to goal setting and task management for parents? Well, when you write down your goals and tasks, you're not only reinforcing your commitment to them, but you're also activating different brain areas involved in decision making and planning. And that enhances your ability to prioritize, set realistic goals, and stay focused. And guys, this is huge because think about a typical day in family life and everything you do to care for your kids, yourself, pets, your home, your career. That's a lot to prioritize and focus on just in the day to day. And it is said that we have over 6,000 thoughts running through our minds every single day. So, one of the many benefits of handwriting is that it helps us clarify things. If you're keeping all those thoughts in your head, storing them in your mind, it's taking up precious space you need for other things. It's also creating a lack of clarity, thereby making mountains out of molehills. Often, when we ruminate on things or store our thoughts up in our minds, they grow bigger and bigger than they actually are. And then we have difficulty clarifying what we need to do next in order to check that thing off the list or meet the goal that we set for ourselves. And as busy parents, we need extra space in our mind and all the clarity we can get in order to just stay sane, right? It's common to be just cruising through life, managing all the day to day things. And then something new pops up: a sick kid, the car breaks down, your power goes out, the computer crashes. Those things can push us over the edge, creating this weighted feeling of overwhelm if our day to day things are living in our head and not on paper. So, what if you wrote down your goals and tasks for each day, first thing in the morning, or even the night before? You could make room for the unplanned circumstances that need your brain power to manage, and also could create clarity around what to do next. The very act of handwriting these things in a list form is like an instant weight lifted off your shoulders. So think about something we all likely use: a grocery list. Think about how effective this list is. We add everything to the list that we need to get while we're at the grocery store. And then sometimes we even group foods on our list by sections in the way that we move around the store each time we go to shop for groceries. Guys, people have been writing grocery lists for years. Once you write it down, you don't obsess over it or worry you're going to forget it. Your grocery list isn't causing overwhelm. The act of writing down what you need at the grocery store provides clarity, and you just pick up the list and go when it's time to go, right? We can do the same thing with our daily tasks and the goal that we set for ourselves personally, professionally, and even for our family. And it works. So quickly, let's touch on the contrast between writing by hand and using those convenient digital tools. While digital tools are convenient, they often lack the sensory experience that comes with handwriting. That tactile feedback from paper and the motor skills involved in writing contribute to a richer cognitive experience. So it's about finding a balance between the convenience of technology and the cognitive benefits of handwriting. Speaking of tactile feedback, over Christmas break, our family made vision boards. First time we've ever done this. And I noticed that the simple act of searching for words in magazines and papers that described what I want to incorporate into my life this year, just the act of doing that opened up my mind in a totally new way. And it prompted me to consider making a goal to actually do more handwriting. I thought, if the simple act of searching for words and then cutting and pasting those words on paper brought more clarity to what I want to accomplish, how much more would actually handwriting my thoughts do for me? That's extremely tactile and engages the senses. So since then, I've been journaling just a few minutes every day and creating my lists for the day each morning. And I've been blown away by how it has improved my focus and freed up my time to be more reflective and contemplative and to be more spontaneous with my husband and my kids. Now, maybe you already make lists or formulate a plan for your day and write it out. How could you add just one more element of handwriting to your day to get even more relief and clarity in what you want to achieve? Guys, what seems like it would take extra time that you don't have to write things down actually gives you more time back because of how it organizes your thoughts and moves you to action, thereby freeing up the time that was previously weighing you down. Listen, the other day, one of our kids was handwriting a paragraph about how he feels he's doing taking care of his personal health. And when he was finished and read what he had written, he said, "Wow, Mom, I really need a daily exercise routine and need to stop eating so many chocolate covered pretzels." Guys, even though he doesn't like to write and he really doesn't write many words when he does, I could see how him taking a thought he had, reflecting on it, and then writing it out helped him better see how he wanted to change. It clearly motivated him to do something different. It was almost as if his thoughts just living in his head wouldn't allow him to see the change that was possible. And guess what? So far, he's been sticking to his goal of working out and limiting his sugar intake, all because he wrote a couple sentences at the beginning of the year for his goals. And by the way, for this writing exercise, we used the family guide to goal setting that we have on our website at Families of Character that's available to you free. So grab a copy and consider handing out some blank pieces of paper and a few pens and just reflect on where you currently are and where you want to be in the coming weeks and months with your family. Make it fun. Serve your favorite foods or make some fun drinks, Shirley Temples or hot cocoa, whatever you like, just to sip on while you're writing. We all really enjoyed it. And like I said, this was new for us. So go to familiesofcharacter.com/pages/crush family goals. Speaking of writing things down, you may want to jot that down. It's familiesofcharacter.com/pages/crush family goals. And the link is in our episode description too. The point is, handwriting has clear benefits and does something that digital apps and typing just can't quite match to make goals stick. And if it sounds too simple, I want you to consider that often the most basic actions that require very little of us are the things that propel us forward the most. It's not the latest or greatest app or tablet or organizing device. It's the simple act of writing out thoughts, goals, and tasks that is going to set you free to follow through and make those goals stick and free up space for spontaneity and creativity. So, some practical tips for incorporating handwriting into your daily routine. Consider keeping a physical paper journal or a paper planner organizer. Write down your daily tasks as a list, your goals, and any reflections you have. And additionally, encourage your children to do the same thing, maybe 2 to 3 sentences during breakfast. Help them make a daily list of their activities and events. This practice helps develop their cognitive skills, and it establishes a routine of reflection and planning, which is so important for their development. If you've heard anything about executive functioning skills and how kids lost those skills during the shutdown or the pandemic, this will help them get those skills back. The ability to think and plan and execute. So important. And don't focus on the quality of their handwriting, what it looks like. Just get them in the rhythm of writing by hand first. So, as we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Parents, embrace the power of handwriting as a tool for personal and family growth. Encourage your children to do the same thing. By doing so, you're not just managing tasks, you're fostering cognitive development, enhancing memory, and building character within your family. And if you want more information about goal setting and reflecting, and you haven't listened to our previous episodes, episode 81 and 82, be sure to go back and listen to those and print out your free guide from our website. That's episodes 81 and 82. Parents, keep it simple. Go back to the basics. If you think it, if you want to accomplish it and remember it, hand write it. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your parent friends like you've been so generous in doing already. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that plus button on your podcast app to get notified every Tuesday when our episodes drop. We want you to have access to more discussions on building strong, character-filled families. Until next time, take care.